still gonna have to hold it up. Go.
Okay, now to finish the story. We started walking carefully through the cornfield, one in front of the other. After we walked through that cornfield, we stepped out into the watermelon patch. Rudy whispered, "Be real careful not to step on any of the vines." Then Robert yelled out, "Look at the size of that snake!" Robert was right. There was a large copperhead snake sunning on a rock. Rudy whispered, "Come on, Robert, be quiet." Just then Robert said a little quieter, "Look at the large black snake over there." Robert had just started to run when Rudy grabbed his arm and said, "Slow down, Robert. You don't have to worry about the snakes you see. It's the ones that you can't." Ronnie reached out and pinched Robert on his leg, and Robert yelled, "Oh no, was that a snake?" Rudy and Ronnie started laughing so hard tears started flowing down their faces. Robert responded, "That was the meanest thing that anyone has ever done to me." And the more Robert complained, the funnier he became. Rudy finally said, "Okay, let's get out of this garden." We walked very slowly, not to damage any vines or touch any of the watermelons. We need to be quiet as well. When we made it to the road, Old Man Johnson was standing there. He asked, "Now, boys, did you take any of my watermelons or destroy any of my corn? Now you tell me the truth." We stood there afraid for our lives when Patty walked up to us. She had heard us laughing and was coming down the road to meet us. As soon as she got to us, Old Man Johnson said, "I should take those blueberries for payment and then paddle your backsides for trespassing." Patty pointed her finger at Old Man Johnson and said, "That's enough of your threats. You listen to me, old man. From this point forward, every word you say and everything you do, I will tell our papa, and he will not be as nice as I am. My brothers did not take anything out of your garden or destroy anything in your garden. We have no need for your watermelons." Old Man Johnson raised his eyebrows and said, "You're quite a lioness now, aren't you?" Patty said, "Come on, boys, let's go home. I'm the only one who can harass and pick on you three." Rudy and Ronnie just smiled at Old Man Johnson, but Robert, he stuck his tongue out at him as he started up the road. Patty was so mad that she grumbled all the way home. When we showed Mama the blueberries, she paid us the $3. Robert held his dollar and started jumping up and down. When he walked onto the porch, we saw Old Man Johnson walking up the road. Papa asked us, "What took so long to pick those blueberries?" Robert replied, "Those blueberries are so small it would take a year to pick 2 gallons. Papa asked, "Did you go through Mr. Johnson's garden when you came off the hill?" We all said, "Yes, we did, Papa." Ronnie added, "He met us at the road and threatened to take our blueberries for payment for being in his garden." Robert also said, "We were lucky that Patty came down to meet us, or the old man might have killed us." Rudy concluded, "We only went through his garden because it was a shortcut, and we did not destroy anything. Old Man Johnson only called us because we were laughing at Robert." Papa said, "You boys should never use the excuse that because something is easy as justification for trespassing on others." Papa added, "Did you disrespect him when he was talking to you?" We all said no, but told him that Patty let him know he could not harm us. Then Papa asked Patty if she had been disrespectful to Old Man Johnson. Patty said, "No, I was not disrespectful. Old Man Johnson threatened to spank and take their blueberries for no reason. He had no right to threaten my brothers." Papa told Patty, "Anger is no excuse for being disrespectful to your elders. It's okay to be a young lioness, but it's never right to be disrespectful to your elders." The boys had the choice to walk around or walk through his garden. They knew it was wrong to walk through the garden, but they did it anyway. Be conscious of your attitude. Work extra hard to keep your attitude positive in all kinds of situations that involves others. Patty, you will apologize along with your brothers for the disrespect given to him. 2 wrongs never make a right. When Old Man Johnson started to cross the bridge, Papa met him in the yard and asked him, "How can I help you, neighbor?" Old Man Johnson said, "Your grandsons were playing in my garden, and your granddaughter was disrespectful to me." Then Old Man Johnson added, "Well, let me tell you little disrespectful children this. If I ever catch you in my garden again." At that moment, Papa reached out, grabbed his hand, and said, "You better choose your words carefully. No damage was done to your garden, and I believe my grandchildren have something to tell you." Rudy, Ronnie, and Robert all looked at him and said, "We're sorry, and we apologize for being in your garden. We will never step foot in your garden again." Papa now said, "Patty, do you have something to say?" Patty nodded and said, "I want to apologize to you for being disrespectful, and I will never be disrespectful to my elders again. I truly am sorry." Old Man Johnson said, "Well, to tell you the truth, I was proud of your little lioness. Families should always stick up for one another. And I was a little too hateful. Mama walked out on the porch and said, "What's going on out here?" Papa just smiled and said, "Blood's thicker than watermelon." And then he said, I will pay for any damage to your garden." Mr. Johnson said, "There was no damage. I just do not want the boys to play in my garden. So we will agree to stay out of his garden." That night we decided to spend our $3.20 to purchase a Jim Croce album. We could buy this record at the 5 and dime store. We all agreed this would be the perfect birthday present for our little Lioness sister. This was a good day. And Rudy, I love you.